Hello, everybody. This is St. Charles. It is Saturday, the 7th of June, 2025. First off, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody who gave us tickers over the last couple of days. It's very much appreciated. But we're going to start today with First Class Metals, which has been requested a couple of times. I didn't cover it off last week because I thought it's sort of a bit toppy. We've had a bit of a corrective move here. For me, I think that this is, we had this blue box reversal zone down here at 1.295 down to 0.966. I have to look back at my posting history, see whether I covered that off to put that there, but I can't remember. It's been a long while, I think, since I've covered First Class Metals. I think that, we sort of had a three-wave bounce to the upside here, so that's a good thing. And then we sort of had a bit of a pullback. And if I say that 1.7 is the sort of the low, and hopefully that we can see the ball step in again, break this prior high here at 3.61, should give us this red box zone here at 4.72, all the way up to 5.54. But I'm just going to go into a bit of a longer term trend here, and I think this is the way I see it. Is hopefully we could make our way into that red box zone there for 472 up to 554. Get a bit of a pullback, and then hopefully we can go and attack this other red box I've got here at 10.4 to 13.05. So there's potentially 4.5, 5 bags in First Class Metals. But ideally, you need to combine research together with your chart to make sure that they're sort of aligning together. So as long as the company is good, fully funded, it's got plenty of news due, which is good news, hopefully. Then I don't see why that's not a possible target in the sort of medium term. So First Class Metals, worth doing some research, see what it's all about. EQT is my next one. You just have to put that like that because it's all a bit changed. This one here, we've sort of had a three-wave to the upside, and I think that if we could sort of my blue box, my red box is gone, but we sort of had 1, 2, 3 into that target zone that we had there at 0.78 up to 0.854. We've had a corrective move, and I've got a blue box target there at 0.552 to 0.497, and I'm hopeful that we're going to see the ball step in here, and hopefully we're going to break this prior high here at 0.80 and probably go on to attack sort of the 1p level. So that's potentially nearly a banger. So worth doing some research, see what's going on there, EQT, and hopefully next time I can get my blue box to, red box to stay on the screen. But next one I'm going to do is PRE, and this one here is the one which we called this brilliantly, didn't we? We gave that blue box reversal zone down here at 19.8 to 17 pence. So we were going to go into this blue box. I think it was a red box at the time, but obviously that move there activated it. So anybody loading up here at 22 pence level was doing really well as well. But it was a pretty safe bet up to this blue box zone here at 44.3 to 52 pence. And it's sort of shot well above it. So, what's going on there? Well, I'm still expecting a bit of a pullback, but I'm just going to flip to the weekly chart. And, for me, this one here could potentially be a big runner. So we're at 54 pence at the moment. And I think that, we've got a longer term target there of 202 to 253 pence. So PRE, yeah, definitely worth doing some research. But, I still think we're going to see a bit of a pullback. If I just draw that up, hopeful, but not hopeful for those holding. I hope it continues up straight, and it could well do. Need to see what is happening there, but hopefully get a bit of a pullback, and then that should give us a good opportunity to load up and hopefully run into that upper red box there at 202 to 253 pence. So PRE, worth doing some research. Next we're going to do is EEE, and this one again we pulled pretty well. We said that we'd broken out of that sort of downward trend. It was sort of consolidating there, and indeed we got an absolute monster candle last week, and it just slipped to the daily chart again. So we've broke this prior high at sort of 14.5 pence. We smashed it, which has activated that what was a red box at 19.2 to 22.9, and that's where I see trading going. And it could go a lot higher. I mean, that would be my initial target before seeing what's going on with the company. It could extend up to 25, 30 pence. So, there's potentially still a bagger or so in that one, possibly higher, who knows? But it's worth having a look, see what's going on there. I've contacted the company, see whether or not they're interested in doing an interview. I haven't had a response, but fingers crossed, that'd be great to get them on and have a chat, see what's going on there. Next we're going to do is HUD, and if I get that one up. And this one here is, this one, I had this red box zone here before, my blue box zone. We sort of had a pullback, and I think we've sort of had a nice sort of a five-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So hopefully, now if we could go ahead and break this prior high at 4.2, we'll activate this red box zone here at 4.84 to 5.35. But it's worth noting there's not a lot of trading history here. So it's only sort of listed back in October 23. And if they could drop the right news, I don't know what the company's all about, but there's some really good researchers on it. Big Bite Now over on X, he's researched it, and he's a really good researcher, so worth following him, having a look, see what he's saying on it. If it could break this prior high here at 4.5, there's really nothing to stop it to say that it couldn't go an awful lot higher. So, that red box, you could extend it, could go up to 6.5, 7 pence, possibly even higher. So, there's not a lot of resistance there above that level. So, it's one of those that could potentially run a lot higher. But, we'll see how it goes. Once it's broken that high, enter that red box, and we'll have a reassess, see what's going on. But, we're doing some research. Nice shot. Next we're going to do is GEMD, and I've covered this off several times. And this one here, I think that, it's a blue box reversal zone down there at 8.34 to 6.84. I'm just going to flip up the momentum indicators. I've got RSI, we've got loads of divergence, we've got a new lower low with divergence, so that selling pressure's not there. Same on the MACD. That's normally a good sign. So we're right at the bottom of that blue box at 6.84 pence, and I'm hopeful that we can get at least a couple of ways higher. Even if we go towards sort of 14 pence, that's a bagger. And then reassess it. I've got a red box over there. I'm not even going to go into that. There's no point. It's going to break that 15.65 to even get excited. But there's still potential bagger in that one. So Gem Diamonds, worth doing some research, see what's going on. ALRT is my next one, and I think we covered this one off last week. Switch down to the 4 hourly because there's not a lot of trading history. We said that we thought that from that red box there should be blue, but at 0.428 that we thought we were going to get another high into this red box zone, which it did. It did on the Monday, I think it was. So it's straight away out of the starting blocks, boom, straight up to it at 0.938 to 1.15. It sort of just tagged the top of the box, and then the seller stepped in, as I expected. Now, let's just have a look. For me, it still looks like we've got another leg higher. And as I say, that's only a wave one. So that's a wave one. It's sort of a corrective move. I'm just not too happy with the corrective move as it stands at the moment. So we don't have a blue box entry as such. But if I just delete that off, the next sort of leg sort of could be up to 1.5 pence. So there's potentially a lot of bags in that one still, a couple of bags. But I'd ideally want to see a bit of a better corrective move. But I don't think it's going to give it us. So it is one really you need to do some research, see what it's all about, and rather than try and get an entry in a blue box zone, it's really one that, if you think the company's good, it's probably not a bad entry around this level. It's sort of holding pretty well, isn't it, there? There's not a massive sell-off at this sort of level. But it needs to break that high there to sort of 0.95 pence. And as I say, I think that it should shoot up to probably about 1.5 pence level. So worth doing some research, ALRT. Next we're going to do is BSFA. And I haven't covered this off for ages, I don't think. So back to the daily chart. This one is something to do with skin and, creating meat, which I'm not keen on that. But obviously they're going to create some sort of dinosaur skin, which is kind of interesting, isn't it? It's different. I've got a blue box reversal zone there. It was in a bigger blue box reversal zone over here. I'm not going to go into that. There's no point. For me, that's only had a wave one. This is a corrective move. We're into that blue box. So all we need to see now is a break of that prior higher at 4 pence, or should bring us into this red box zone here at 4.51 to 5.26 pence, which is at least a bagger from where we are today, isn't it? So we're doing some research, high risk because it's a tiny market cap. I don't know what the cash situation's like, but we're doing some research, see what's going on. FXPO is the next one, and this one here, I've got it in it should be a blue box, but I've done it in red again. I've got a blue box reversal zone at 47.7 to 40.9. What I don't want to see, a break of this 43 pence. But so if you can get a reversal signal from around this level, and hopefully we can sort of go up. And for me, just attacking that prior high at 85 pence would be sort of the target for me on that one. So as I say, as a risk reward at the moment, that's not too bad, is it? So you don't want it to break 43, in my opinion. And what we want to see is a break, or head towards this prior high at 85 pence. So that's FXPO looking okay. Next one I'm going to do is SYM. I think this is a chart request, but this one here, this one's a difficult one to call. It doesn't look too bad as an entry at around this level. But again, I don't have a blue box reversal zone, so there's not great trading history. This is pretty short term, and say that high was only made on the 8th of May. It's only been a month. But, I'm still expecting another high there. If you look at the momentum indicators, that is suggesting that there's another short wave higher in that. And so I've got a couple of targets. This is where I think this is my preferred route into this, sort of break that high there to 9.85 and then into this red box at 10.6 to 11.8, which would make sense because that's sort of a big round number, 10p, and then sort of a corrective move. But alternatively, we could see another push higher. It could smash that prior high. We could break through that box there, and it could be another leg higher into this upper red box at 13.9 to 15.9 pence. So a bit of a difficult one to call at the moment. I'm unsure as to which type of move we're going to see next. But so I think that 10.6 would be the first target, and then reassess the situation, see what the price action's actually telling us, and hopefully we could sort of decide what's happening from there. But there you go, that's SYM. Next we're going to do is GGP. And this one we covered off recently. And this one, we gave that blue box reversal zone, which is spot on, 11.46 down to 10.44. We tagged it, and indeed the ball stepped in. And for me, what I want to see here is the break of the 16 pence, and that's going to activate this target here at 17.36 up to 18.96 pence. So that red box zone isn't active yet. Fingers crossed that the bulls can make that happen over the course of the next few days. There you go. Next one we're going to do is VLRM. And an Aquis stock. And again, I've got a blue box reversal zone on this one down here at 4.03 down to 3.5 pence. Now, this is a short-term reversal zone, so it's a bit of a higher risk. But it's had a bit of a terrible downtrend there, hasn't it? But this is what I'm thinking is happening. I think there's a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's our 5. So you should expect at least a 3-wave bounce to the upside. So, if it got to 8 pence, that'd be fantastic. But if it could break that prior high up here, then that would activate this red box zone of 33.075 up to 41 pence, which that's a 10 bagger, isn't it? So can't see that happening short term, but you never know. Worth doing some research. These Aquis stocks have gone absolutely ballistic of late, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility, I suppose. But even for me, just bounce out of that blue box, and even if we could get to sort of 8 pence, that'd be fantastic. But obviously, the first sort of point of call there is that the traders be sort of exiting probably at that 4.67 pence, which is filling that gap there. So VLRM, we'll do some research on what it's all about. Last we're going to do today is TRR, because I covered it off last week, and it's had a bad week, hasn't it? But I'm hopeful that this blue box reversal zone here is still holds at 0.112 down to 0.098. And for me, I still think that we're due another leg higher. And for those who sort of got confused in my last podcast, I'll just make it clear that for me, I think that this is our wave 1 there. This is our corrective move 2. And if we can break this prior high here at 0.16, I think that's going to head us up to sort of 0.2 level. And then, it would then seem logical, get a bit of a pullback at sort of 0.2. My initial target would then be sort of 0.288 up to 0.35. And then we've got a longer term target at 0.69 up to 0.87 pence. So, worth doing some research, see what's going on there. But I'm hopeful that that's still looking pretty good. That's me for today. I'll be back again later with another podcast. See you again soon.